Why did I choose to study in America? That question I get asked so many times every time I go online or interact with students. In this video, I'm gonna exactly talk about why did I choose to study in America. I'm gonna give you my 10 reasons that were in my mind 12 years ago when I was just like you guys. I was applying to various schools and I was thinking of whether should I go to America or should go to Canada or Europe or some other countries. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about those 10 points. Also, in the end of the video, I'm gonna give you 2 extra bonus points. So I'm gonna give you 10 points plus 2 bonus points why you should study in America. Welcome back. So the very first thing that I think every student should consider is the ranking of the universities. I chose this country because I found out that in US so many universities have such a high ranking in the world. I mean, we have here MIT, Stanford, Harvard, Caltech, Columbia, Yale, and list goes on and on. All these universities are really leader in their fields. Yes, we have some common names in UK, we have some common names in Canada, but those numbers are very few. Very few universities are in the world ranking. But in US, we have so many universities. Every university in US is doing much better than every university in any country in the world. After all, once we graduate from a university, its name will be attached with us forever, and its legacy will precede us. And it's better to choose a better or big name because our future life, future career will depend upon which university we choose right now. The second factor is the availability of the assistantships, scholarships, and bursaries. And having top universities in the country also means that a lot of funding and money. How is this going to help you? Well, you as a student will be the ultimate beneficiary for the scholarships and assistantships. There are many ways American universities are helping in funding and assistantships. There are teaching assistantships, there are research assistantships, there are graduate assistantships, scholarships, and bursaries. I have already made a detailed video on that. The link is up here and it's also in the description box. So you might want to check that for the details. But here I just want to make a point that there are plenty of ways by which you can get the financial support in US. By the way, this is not common in other part of the world. If you go to Canada, for example, the money is very limited because the universities are also very limited there. If you go to UK, it's really hard to find the assistantship or financial support. But in US, it's comparatively easy. The third factor is the language barrier. One of the major difficulty that students face in Europe and other part of the world is the language barrier, because most of the people there, they speak their own language. For example, if you study in Italy, they will speak Italian. If you go to France, they will speak French. And the student from India or any other countries, they will face a very tough time because they have to have a minimum standard of the local language. They have to learn that language. The only 4 English speaking countries are USA, Canada, England, and Australia. I mean, if you go anywhere else, you have to learn their local language, and that's not easy because that's an extra burden. You have to learn that extra language. The fourth factor that is also very important is the work authorization. Once you finish your studies in any country, you want to apply for a work authorization. You want to work in that country. Unless your aim is to go back to your country, that's a different story. But if you want to settle in that country, you have to apply for a work authorization in order to be eligible to work in that country. And in US, the path is defined. Once you finish your studies here, you apply for OPT. OPT is optional practical training, which allows you to work here for 29 months on F1 visa. And within that duration of OPT, you have to apply H1B. And once you get the H1B, that is for 6 years, within that 6 years period, you apply for a green card. And once you get the green card, you apply for citizenship. So my point here is that the path is defined here. if you want to settle in US, the path is very well defined. You follow that path and you can easily get the green card and the citizenship. Whereas this path is not defined in other parts of the world, in other countries. Yes, there are few countries where the path is defined and it's very easy. For example, Canada or Australia, it's very easy to settle there. But these are the only two countries. If you go to any European country, their intention is to push you back to your home country as soon as you finish your work or finish your study. So in that sense, America is also very favorable for students. My fifth reason is abundance of opportunities. All the software engineers, they have dream to work companies, Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, LinkedIn. What's common in all these companies? They are all American companies. As an engineer or technologist in any field like computer science, biotechnology, ECE, photonics, pharma, AI, you will have a chance to work with the top companies in the world, which you would not get in any of the other country. So if your dream is to work on a cutting edge technology and a top notch company, America is the place for you. So my sixth reason is the most global country in the world. Yes, US is the most global country in the world. Strength of America lies in its diversity. It's built upon immigrants. Here you can find people from all the countries, races, culture and ethnicities. No matter where you live, in any state, you will find people there. If you are Indian or Chinese or Russian, you will find your people here. And that is the strength, because once you interact with those cultures, those races, those ethnicities, you learn a lot, you grow as a person. The seventh reason is the quality of education and research in US universities. And being most advanced country also means that the level of education and research at the whole new level. Education level at average university in US is much higher as compared to an average university in any part of the world. If you ever Google that which countries have the highest Nobel Prizes, you will find it. It's the Great America. The quality of research is really top notch here with the cutting edge facilities. US universities, they have billions of dollars, and that's also a reason that they are doing such cutting edge research. That makes US the best country for PhD and research students as well. In addition, you can also judge the quality of research from the fact that the highest number of patents are being awarded to American researchers in the last 20 years. That is also one of the success criteria. You can judge how good is the research in US. My eighth factor is the hefty pay scale. Once you graduate and you get a job, you also want to earn money, and not just a money, but a handsome money. American employees enjoy a large paychecks from their employers. An average engineer with an MS degree in US would earn anywhere between $80,000 to $90,000 USD, which is about 60 lakhs to 67 lakhs in Indian currency. And that kind of paycheck is very hard to get anywhere in Australia or Canada or Europe. And with that amount of money, you can spend a very nice life in US, which is actually my next point. My ninth factor is luxury and freedom. Here in America, if you come for a MS degree and get a job after that, you will have plenty of money to afford all the luxuries most common men or people wish for. Unlike Europe, in US, you can easily afford the best of the best cars. You can afford to buy a large house with backyard and all the amenities, all the facilities in it, which is, by the way, very tough to afford a house in Europe or Singapore or in majority of the countries. And talking about this, the freedom, here in America, you can live the way you like to. You can wear whatever you like. Nobody is judging you or looking at you. You can eat whatever you like to eat. And you can go wherever you want to go. There is no one stopping you. You have the freedom to do basically almost anything, unless you are breaking a law. That's the case in most of the countries. But if you are not breaking a law, you have the full freedom to do anything here and spend your life very comfortable here. All right guys, these were my 10 points, my 10 factors based on what I took my decision to study in America. But in the beginning of the video, I also promised you guys that I'm gonna give you 2 bonus points. So here is my first bonus point: the flexibility of study in US. I mean, you can finish your degree here early or little late. You can have plenty of flexibility. The time is not defined here unlike in India. For example, if you are in MTech program in India, you have to finish your MTech in 2 years. But here, they have plenty of flexibility. You can take 3 years to finish it, or you can finish it in maybe 1.5 years. Plenty of flexibility. There is another aspect of the flexibility here. I mean, you can transfer from one university to some another university in between the course, and you can finish first half of your course in let's say University A and finish the rest half of the course in University B. So that is also kind of flexibility I'm talking about here. And the third kind of flexibility here is that it's very easy to change your field of subject. For example, if you are into a electrical major and you want to switch your majors and graduate as a computer science engineer, you can make that switch. You can easily start taking more courses in computer science department, and slowly you can switch into computer science major, and you can completely by the time you graduate, you will graduate as a computer science engineer. I mean, this kind of flexibility is not in other countries, or let's say in India. Okay, and that brings me to the second bonus point. The second bonus point is strong Indian community. Yes, it doesn't matter which part of the India you belong to, you will find people here from your community, from your state, from your culture. Let's say from Gujarat, or you are from Bengal, or you are from South or North India, not a problem. You will find plenty of people here. That's all for today. This was my last and second bonus point. Let me know how do you like this video in the comment section. And if you want to add any more points, please also comment. Please comment in the comment section. If you like it, just appreciate it. If you don't like it, just let me know which part you did not like it, because that will give me an opportunity to improve myself. I really value all your comments. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next one.